What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, fantastic afternoon, fantastic pre-noon, no matter where you are in the world. I'm Hassan Piker, and this is the HASAN broadcast coming to you live from gloomy, mostly cloudy California, Los Angeles, 60 degrees here in gloomy California, Los Angeles, folks. We're live and alive, and I hope all the boys, girls, and MBs are having a fantastic one because today's a beautiful day. Today's a wonderful day. Today is Monday, News Day. Ladies and gentlemen, folks, boys, girls, MBs, is Monday, News Day. This is part of the broadcast where I tell you about my personal news about what's going on in the world of Hassan Piker. Yesterday, I did a quarter day, basically. 5 hours. Not even a half day at that point. You can't even call it a half day. 5 hours and 40 minutes. This morning, I woke up to work on my MAGA Body, whatever that means. Shouts out to the New York Times for that, obviously. Some of you might not know. Some of you might. The New York Times wrote a article on me. It finally came out where they said I have a progressive mind with a MAGA body. Here it is. If you're wondering what a MAGA body looks like, I think this is what it looks like, I guess. Look at me ripping the 225, by the way. That's 225 pounds. That's double plates. I used to be able to hit this for like 15 at my peak. I haven't gotten back to my peak at all. There was a big chunk in my workout regimen where I had significant shoulder mobility issues where I couldn't even hit the bar. And now 225, not even a big deal. I failed on the 10th one, but still. And then here's the 10th one where I fail. I should have been able to get it up, but you know, you got to put those in there as well. Click for a real guy who embodies the headline. A progressive mind and a MAGA body. I agree. That is a funny. That's real. They changed the title to A Progressive Mind and a Body Built for the Manosphere, by the way. I know. I was there when it changed. I was the one who suggested that change, and they instantly changed it, which is definitely going to make a lot of people even more insane because, like, there's a lot of haters out there who unironically believe that I have, like, a PR team. They think I've paid for a PR team that is also paying for articles, or I'm paying for the articles. Not entirely certain, but they're going to see the fact that I was able to successfully change the title of the article. Perhaps it's because there's editors that also watch me reacting to the article that thought, oh, his suggestion was actually a pretty good suggestion and they changed it, or because I control the media. Hassan claims his puff piece barrage is organic. Dude, why are you? Oh, God. Brother, I'm going to be honest with you. If you're getting your notes from this fucking stalker account, yeah, of course, you're not going to understand a lot of things. Please stop linking me this fucking dude. At a certain point, you got to realize, like, that account is a stalker account. He almost exclusively posts about me. He'll probably post about this as well. And it's fine. There's definitely a lot of people who want that kind of content. But, you know, they're not exactly knowledgeable on anything. It's been referred to as end wokeness for fat Redditors. I think that was my goat. I think that might have been Thought Slime that said it. What's your take on 100 men versus one gorilla? I feel like the gorilla would win. But I've heard some convincing arguments that 100 men is so many people. Like, the number is so large that 100 people could break the gorilla down. I do feel like the gorilla is so strong, bro. Like, it's just not a thing. It's like 100 kids, okay? Can I beat the shit out of 100, I don't know, 5-year-olds? Because I feel like the difference between 100 men or one singular man and a gorilla is the difference between, like, me, an adult, 6'4", 230 pounds, and a 5-year-old. So, yeah, give me 100 kids. I'll beat the shit out of all 100 of them. I think people are overestimating the power that they have. But then again, here is a professional person. This is perhaps the most well-read individual on this. Okay, Tirzu, unironically, I would say, has a PhD in 100 men versus gorilla. Do you guys think gorillas are, like, literally King Kong sized or what? That meaning that he thinks that 100 men could take on a gorilla, then I think maybe 100 men could take on a gorilla. The only thing that the 100 men have is what men have always had as an advantage. Aside from tool using, it is the capacity to be able to sweat and regulate its temperature and also not be as fatigued as an animal does. That's it. So in a war of attrition, the 100 men would most likely win. Like, man is pretty OP for the reasons that I just mentioned. It's not like back in the day when they had like some minor tools to use. They were just like one-tapping animals to kill and eat. No, they were just waiting it out. They would try to injure it from afar, use a sneak attack, and then basically run after it for approximately a week until the animal died. That's how people would hunt animals back in the day. Animals that are too difficult to kill instantly. It's one gorilla. Bro, do you know what? First of all, let me tell you something, okay? I'm not the first one in the line. I am not waiting. I am not going to be first in line, because the first person that tries to fight the gorilla is going to get used like a fucking fleshlight. The gorilla is going to put his fucking arm through the first person's asshole and basically use it like a sock puppet, okay? It's going to make the first person talk to the rest of the fucking humans. I'm not there. Maybe I'll be the 99th person, okay? There's a lot of things that would change the dynamic of 100 people versus a gorilla. Like, what kind of tools can they use? Is it just hand-to-hand combat? If it's just hand-to-hand combat, like, it's pretty cooked.
I would not join a modern-day hunting party of men, because the question is 100 men versus one full-grown silverback gorilla. And there are people out there like this that are saying that 100 guys would win. And no, they wouldn't. No, just flat out no. A gorilla's skin, you can't bite through it. Their bones, somewhere between 2 and 4 times as thick and dense as ours. Their hand, like their grip force, is something like 1,300 pounds. That means that with one hand, they could crush your skull. My dudes, this is what you're fighting. When they stand up, they are 6 feet tall. They weigh about 400 pounds on average. They can lift, press, or pull somewhere between 2,000 to 4,000 pounds.
I'm gonna be honest though, like, a chimp can fuck up a human, except what you fail to comprehend here is that 100 people would destroy a chimpanzee, right? Like, easy. That's not even a question. The reason why this is even a question is because of the power that a gorilla has, the defenses that a gorilla has. You can't like overwhelm the gorilla 100 at a time, like, and basically cause it in a stampede to suffocate. The exhaustion at the end of it would be what kills him. He would not be able to kill 100 humans that easily, especially if people are attacking in swarms, you know?
There's guys out here trying to rationalize this, being like, well, we're endurance animals and all that stuff. This thing could operate at 1/4 of its strength and still body bag you. And we haven't even addressed the fact that even if you get close enough, you can't damage it. Thick skin, super dense bones, wrapped in an insane amount of muscle. You couldn't hit this hard enough to break anything. Like, its femur is twice the size of yours. I want you to look at that skull. That skull could headbutt you and cave your face in, to say nothing of...
You can crush its throat. Gorillas barely win versus 27 chimpanzees. 100 men easily wins. Wait, what? You think 100 men have the capabilities of 27 chimpanzees? No, this argument doesn't favor your point, I think. No, I don't think 100 men total could deliver the damage that 27 chimps could do. I think 27 chimpanzees would beat the fuck out of 100 men too. That's another thing I was gonna say. A chimp can rip your face off. Yeah, a chimpanzee is so fucking fast and so violent. There's gotta be at least 10 men per chimp. Yeah, I think like a chimpanzee is like agile. This is the most dude debate ever. A chimp is agile, fast, like... It can move fast and do a lot of damage and move from person to person with ease. So I do think that you probably need at least like 10 dudes, maybe more, to be able to take down one chimp. Unless you get lucky, in which case you can even do it with one person. But I'm saying like it's a matter of luck. There's got to be like an average number that you arrive at. And I would say that like it's a 8 to 10 situation per chimp. The pressure from their jaw is stronger per square inch as well. That's what, yeah. Their grip strength is incredibly strong in comparison to the human being. Their bite strength is incredibly strong in comparison. They don't have the same like setbacks that a human being has in terms of using full power. That's the other side of this that I think gets lost in the conversation. Like an animal, especially a chimp, is not holding back. You know how like you have the capacity to bite your own tongue, but you normally don't, right? Because like there's a thing inside of your brain that stops you from going full force and unlocking your full potential, especially unless you're like a sociopath. You're not going to be able to go quote unquote all out against a chimp in the way that a chimp will definitely go all out against you. You would have to be able to go, ironically, ape mode. When you think about it, there's a reason for why that term exists. You have to chimp out and go ape mode against the chimp or ape. They automatically don't have a limit breaker. They just go limitless mode when they want to fuck you up. So I don't know.
Of all the teeth. Then we come down here. Each one of these appendages is a death area. And even if you don't die, you're going to be missing or have a crushed limb. You're out of the fight until it decides to come and clean you up. And I loved some of the like crazy hunting tactics because they're like, well, we would just swarm and like, what are you going to get? Maybe 6, 10 humans at the same time. And we would grab its limbs and spread it out. These are going to crush you. It can pull you toward it harder than you can. What are you going to do once you have a hold of its limbs? Yeah, you're going to die because it's going to crush you or pull you into its mouth and bite your head off.
Lethal coalitionary attacks of chimpanzees, troglodytes on gorilla in the wild. Yeah, this article suggests that 27 chimps can like pack up a gorilla. And what I find really interesting about that argument is that 27 chimps could pack up 100 men as well. I see KNEECAP has jumped from around 100K monthly listeners on Spotify to 1.1 million. This is not true, by the way. They were around 1.1 million before Coachella. I think that what really helped them was the movie. They were popping before Coachella. KNEECAP tickets to Vancouver are sold out and being resold for like $500. Bro, I am worried that they're not going to be able to come back into the United States now because IAG dropped them. Their visa was ending anyway, and they have to get a new touring visa. And I'm worried that this administration is just not going to give them a new touring visa, even though they have a fucking sold out tour in the United States of America coming up in October. And they're also being simultaneously investigated by the British government for terrorism, which is so crazy because KNEECAP's entire thing is just like resisting British imperialism, talking about the IRA, you know, and on positive terms. And, you know, you can say fuck America. You can say fuck England. You have a song called Brits out, and that's fine. Get your Brits out, and that's fine. But God forbid you say fuck Israel. We will kill you. How can anybody look at the situation and go, nah, that's normal? Like, that's so crazy, man. We've gone way too far with this shit. There's not even a little bit of an allowance for saying fuck Israel. Like, what do you mean? Yeah, you can say fuck Israel, okay? I say it all the time. Israel can suck my dick, okay? What do you mean? You can't say fuck Israel. Oh, Jesus Christ. You could say fuck any country on the planet, by the way, okay? This is not like you can say fuck China if you want to. I'll be very upset if you do, but, you know, I'm not going to be like, deport this person, investigate them for fucking terrorism. How come you're not being investigated? Because I'm an American citizen. And we haven't reached that level yet. We'll get there when the admin realizes that they just cannot overcome how negative people's perceptions of Israel are. Slowly but surely, they'll move on to American citizens. They already have in Michigan, as you know. They've already moved on where the FBI busted down the doors of a bunch of Palestinian student activists. Blue state, by the way. Blue attorney general, by the way. Blue governor, by the way. Ethan Klein, subreddit, is trying to report you for terrorism. Yeah, they can also suck my dick. I know that they're sending letters to the administration to try to report me for terrorism or whatever. It's goofy as fuck. It is pretty crazy, though. Bold of you to assume you aren't. Never got the FBI FOIA, did you? Even in the previous administration, yes, they know who the fuck I am. Okay, they know who I am very well. But I think like I stay within the box. Okay, they're obviously ideologically and the things that I advocate for are not within the boundaries of permissible speech in mainstream media. I stay within the confines of legality. The reality is nothing that you can do on Twitch will rise to the level of being deportable. Twitch's standards are a higher bar than the American citizen persecution standards. There's that. There's also the fact that, like, look, I'm not saying this to make it seem like nothing will happen. Okay, because I don't know. I really don't know, because this administration is fucking crazy. Even with how crazy this administration is, like, there is a hierarchy of people that they will go after. And an American citizen who has a public profile, who is at least like relatively wealthy enough to be able to go through a legal battle and also heavily publicize this sort of plight, is not exactly something that the administration is going to want to go after. Now, I'm not saying that it might not. I'm not saying that it'll never happen. I'm on the last to go on that list. The reality is, this administration has entertained the notion of deporting American citizens, okay, and even denaturalizing American citizens. So it's very clear that there is a point that they will get to where they'll do that, but like right now is not that moment. We're not there yet. And I'm not there yet either for someone like myself. And I think it's silly for me to talk about myself and like the threats that I might receive from this administration, because the way I see it, by the time they get to a rich public person with, a rich public profile person with American citizenship, by the time they get to someone like myself, that means like they have already cleared out. Like, we're talking concentration camps are already fucking filled to the brim with non-citizens and even other citizens who don't have a public profile, and other citizens who aren't rich enough to be able to, fight back and engage in like some sort of legal battle, right? Like, half of my fucking community be deported by that point.